All Star Izzy, I'm back in full effect, baby. What's happening? Welcome to our After Hours Live, a conversation where only it's exclusive, where only we get to be here. We can talk on anything, everything. Usually, I do always have things to talk about because I want to make sure that we speak on certain things. And we can talk about any and everything in this thing. You know what I mean? So, shout out to everybody. Welcome in. We're gonna have a good one. I have a very busy morning ahead of me, but because I had some time, I took the time to go live. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna still go live regardless of what I got going on. Just I wanna make sure that I'm staying active. I'm here. The All Star Takeover is happening. This is day 4. I don't know who else feels the same way or sees the same way, but time is moving, yo. We're in that fourth quarter. And I keep hearing that often, especially because we are in the fourth quarter. Jules, great to see you. Welcome in. How are you doing tonight? But we're like in that fourth quarter type of, where, time has been moving fast as hell. Great to see everybody. Welcome in. My name is All Star Izzy. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Have a conversation with me. Don't be afraid. I see y'all in the building. Say what's up. I don't bite. But anyways, time is going by very fast though. And I was reflecting on just the year, how I started it, where I was last year, and where just things like that. And it's always just so interesting to see. And as of lately, I'm pretty sure a lot of people been hearing about this thing called like the Great Lock-in. I think that's what it's called. And that's just it's interesting to me because if more people had the mentality of locking in, like of course it's lock in now, but if people had more of the mentality of like locking in the beginning of the year and being consistent with it, they can see the fruits of their labor grow, and they can finally look at that like, damn, okay, bet that. And I think it's okay to see like people hop on the wave of like motivation and shit like that. But listen, bro, it's always gonna be that thing and separates the losers versus the winners. And that sounds harsh, but it's the truth, to be honest. And I was having a conversation about that earlier. Just about like the great lock-in, people locking in, being passionate about what you want to do. What's up with everybody? I see y'all in the building. Hey, look, don't be shy. Say what's up. We already had Jules say what's up. Listen, big shout out to the ladies, by the way. Ladies been putting on. They've been showing hella love. They've been I've been getting some great messages. I've been getting some great conversations. A lot of support from the ladies. The fellas is there and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to that. But hit that like button, subscribe, and talk to me. Don't be afraid. This is what we do. This is what our after hours is for. It's meant for us to speak on different various topics because throughout the afternoon, maybe other things that I'm doing, I'm not able to always engage with y'all. So this is my opportunity and your opportunity to speak with me. Let's have a conversation. Don't be afraid. Joe says pretty good. Speak young blood. Smiles just messing with you. No, for sure. Keep motivating and staying inspiring. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's just cause like let's like this. I've always have this in my office in front of me. It's a painting, and it's just I tell this story often, but it's just because it's so important to me. It's just like you got the world in your hands. Okay, let me ask everybody in the chat. If you had the world in your hands, what would you do with it? What would you do? Let me know. If you had the world in your hands, what would you do if you had the world in your hands? I want to see some answers. Me too. Great to see you. Shout out to the All Star member. I see you in the building with it though. Shining with the icon right next to your name. Hit the like button. Subscribe to your boy. If you want to be a part of further conversations, get with me. Get with this. Be a part of the All Star lifestyle. Let this represent something for you. Because not only do we hear our inspire, not talk about motivation, inspiration, and everything, we're talking about dating, love, and everything that comes with that aspect. You never know. You may meet somebody, man or lady, you may meet somebody that you want to see, potentially get with, or you want to engage with a conversation. Maybe you have a different perspective you want to talk about. Nadir, great to see you. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Talk to me. I'm glad to see you. Grateful to you here. Help the people who is in need and deserves a break. I like that. That's a great one. For all those who's coming in, what would you do if you had the world in your hands? This is a great question though, because this is a question, and this is just a conversation I had last year. You're good. I like the capitalization of good. That's great. You know what I'm saying? I see you. You gotta be good. Every day is good. Every moment to breathe in is good. Every feeling, every time passed, every moment that we living in is good. So I feel that. I really do though. And this is just really from me, from my core though, for real. Give everyone their happiness and passion fulfilled. Okay, that's what you would do. Yeah, you're right, bro. You know that. Yeah, Nadir, shots in Nadir. But everybody else, if you had the world in your hands, what would you do with the world in your hands? Don't let it go over your head. You can even say you would want a PS5. Just say something. That's the whole point of it. Can you say this 10 times fast? Oh, no. Mm-mm. Because, yo, Rex, sometimes even when I try to speak, I already had tongue twisters because I'm learning to articulate better. Like I've been learning a lot more in reading as far as like language and stuff, and just to articulate, to just continue to like that, like gosh. So if I were to say Reglu, oh, see, I already I already fucked up right there. No tongue twisters. Listen, I'm all about a competition. I'm competitive, but I know where I'll get smoked at. If I put my mind to it, you best believe I'll do that for sure though. But what would you do if you had the world in your hands? Everybody, great to see you. Thank you for 3 likes. Let's work our way to 10 likes. Just double tap the button. You're more than welcome to subscribe and be a part of this journey. My name is All Star Izzy. I sound like, an announcer when I say this shit, but this because I love this shit. This shit is in me. This shit's not on me. This shit's in me. You feel what I'm saying? You can't do it. It's so tough. I like when people used to give me tongue twisters. I used to want to try to do it so much. I used to use this app. I forgot what it was called, but it was like helping me with to articulate better and to communicate. And when I was trying it, I was getting smoked. Like I tried to do it 5 times, but I couldn't do it. You're not that smart to handle the whole world. That's a great answer. That's great. That's real. That's some real ass shit. You're not. Well, that's real. You know, at least you're saying something about it, and it's not no shade to no one who wants to know, but someone who knows themselves knows what to do next. You know what I'm saying? So that's real already within itself. The reason why I say what would you do if you had the world in your hands, cause that's why I kept who in here knows about the Great Lock-in? Have y'all heard about that? Um, you're 13. That's why. Well, at 13, I was shit at 13, 12, at 10, at 9, bro. And I used to always think about like what I could do for the world. Always when I was younger. Yo, I don't, Yata, is that how you say your name? What's up? Great to see you again. I think I remember you seeing you before. Um, but there's this thing called the Great Lock-in, and I've been talking about it for a while. And it's always great to see people. So it's like this. I'm trying to put this into words. So you're running in a marathon for a season. Like everybody wants to join in on the last quarter of this marathon and run with you. And at the time, it's great to see people looking around with you. You're like, oh shit, what's up, everybody? You guys are running together. And then when it comes to let's say January, or it comes to like February, April, you don't see the same people that was next to you though. You see only a few people out of 100, because it always works that way though. Hey, I appreciate you, New Deer, for sure. Dances rolls on the ground. See, okay, that's what's up. That was very vivid. But yeah, not for real. It's just that when you work on the shit that you work on, the shit like only a couple people is gonna be standing next to you. And I only say that because it's always this what is it called? It's always like it's a continuous cycle of people wanting to do things. Lock in. Like definitely lock in the fuck now. Like lock in with what you want to do. Lock in with your goals. Lock in with all that stuff, right? And I'm only saying this because this painting really inspired me in conversation I was having earlier. Again, I wasn't gonna go on live tonight because I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? I got a busy schedule in the morning, but I want to take some time out. I don't know how long. I'm gonna probably be on here for a little bit, more. But as far as for the night, that just keeps coming to my head. People wanting to be inspired and everything. Overcome things that hold me back to be a better me. That's a great one. Yeah, that's a great one. Cause if you had the world in your hands, really that just means what would you do with your world? What would you do for yourself? What would you want to do? What would you want to see? You know what I mean? So that's like a real important thing that I see often. It's just that what would it be? And it's fly. It's fly when you can think about what would you do for yourself in the situations, because everybody wants to. It's fine to help the world, but definitely help yourself. And that's very important for that. Go ahead, both of you guys. Go ahead. Thank you for everybody that's coming in. Thank you for 3 likes. Let's work our way to 5 likes. I appreciate y'all being in the building with me. My name is All Star Izzy. I'm taking my time out so we can speak about it. Speak about it. I have no idea what seed means. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't know. But shout out to you, I guess. Shout out to seeds. I used to love seeds. I used to get made fun of for eating seeds. Sunflower seeds, by the way. Sunflower seeds. I used to get made fun, like not made fun of in a bad way, like bullying shit. But people used to be like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, why the hell you eating that? But I'm also from Texas, so I guess maybe it's a Texas thing. I don't goddamn know. Um, yes, because everything I do now is for other people. I need to learn to help me first before I can help others. Well, me too. One thing that I see, Gil, great to see you. Salute, bro. But one thing that I see you do a lot though, me too, is like, isn't your channel mainly a support system, like to, or it's like a, are you trying, not even trying, are you putting yourself to be in a position for so you can shout people out and everything like that? Which artists do you listen to? I'll just name one. As of right now, I just been listening to like Bryce Tariq. Yeah, I've been listening to Bryce Tariq. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up though. Salute, salute, salute. Got the stars in the building. But yeah, yes, because I needed and didn't have a helping hand. Well, that's good. Then that's a good that's a good motivation factor. And as long as like what you want to do with it, so to help you can help others. And I don't know if I've seen something in passing because I only like to come onto YouTube when I'm to go live, or I take time out of my day so I can go to talk to people, like, or I can try to get into their lives and stuff, because I have a very very busy life outside of this shit. Um, well then, gotta put you first. Gotta put you, because that's the foundation. The foundation is who is you first. Like, you know what? Yata, I'm gonna just say Yat. Nah, I don't even like that. That sounds like something else. I'm gonna say Ya. I'm gonna just call you Ya for right now. You were on point with talking about the seed shit. Cause now I'm finna put it into this, cause it's like you're the seed, so you're the first foundation of everything that grows everything. Yeah, you're Ya is the, because I was talking about how like the tree analogy, you plant the seed, it grows into roots, and then there's many branches and everything for the thing, but you're the seed, so you're planting it, you're already the first foundation. You need to make sure that you water for you, and then everything else can come. You're able to help everybody else. You don't have to burn yourself out because you're consistent with you. You can be consistent with the world. That's why it goes back into the thing. What would you do if the world was in your hands? Gil, answer the question too. What would you do if the world was in your hands? It's beautiful. Listen, cause I'm all for people locking in. I'm all for people wanting motivation. I am all for people wanting to do the best for them. What gets me tight though is when people are like they're doing it only for a season. It's like that it motivation is a feeling, but true consistent work, deep work is consistent. And I've proved that to myself numerous times throughout the years. And now I'm proving it to myself just like off of what I'm doing. Bro, not and I always bring it up because this is something that I've been really doing for real. It's been happening in real time. And it's showing. I've been posting every day since the beginning of this year. But because I knew to myself I literally could. I know I could. I wanted to also test myself. Did I have moments where I'm like, damn, X, Y, and Z, this is Y and Z? Hell yeah, I had moments though. I didn't have days, I didn't have weeks, I didn't have months. I only had a moment. But then split moment, I'm like, all right, bet. Let's get back right. Because even in the midst of consistently posting, also running a community, running my own stuff. And thankfully, I have people who love to support me, which I'm very grateful for. In the midst of that, I also see the things that I need to start watering for myself. And what else am I neglecting? Some real shit. I seeds, I am seeds, me seeds, you is seeds, life is seeds. Man, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all with the seeds. Yo, y'all, come in, just all talk about seeds. I'm gonna just make a lesson out of it. Cause that was perfect. Jewel says yes. Happiness and people fulfilling their true passion. Proud of you for sharing your light and time. Love the vibes, great frequency, Young G. Smile and have a good night. See you next live. Have a great one. I appreciate you, Jules. Thank you for always coming through. This is gonna be one of little shorter ones that we usually do overnight, but that's because again I got a long ass day ahead of me. But I am gonna go. I am for certain gonna go live in the afternoon. I meant to do it last afternoon. Busy, but I just been having hella meetings, So I just been getting into things, and I'm sorry about that, y'all. I apologies. I apologize. I apologize. I'm sorry. Um, but y'all says if the world was in my hands, I'd stop war and bring peace. I hate war. It needs to stop. Okay, okay. But let me say this too. I also think like, not even think, but I think not necessarily like with actual war in itself, but there's always gonna be. Hold on. Y'all give me a second. I'm sorry about that. The order is still coming. You know what? I'm honestly, I don't even want to fuck with it no more. I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna say what I need to say. This low key looks fly. I'm gonna change the light in a second though. Um, but let me say this though. There's meant to be war and peace together. So think about, if have you seen the Avatar? If so, think about like yin and yang basically. Now I'm not saying it has. I don't necessarily like the stuff that I see on stuff like that, but also to have conflict is also to mean that there's something else too. Like to have challenges means you can overcome them by something to learn. To say you're gonna lose is to say you're gonna win. To win is to lose. You know. But I know what you're saying, and I think that's real. You just want people to be happy. That's good. That's good. Thank you everybody for being here. My name is All Star Izzy. Let's work our way to 10 likes. I appreciate we passed the 5. Thank you guys for being here. We are here talking about it. Ask any questions. We can talk. We can talk. While you guys have me tonight, just ask questions. We can talk on anything and everything, because the whole point of this is that I'm able to focus on those. And listen, if Gil, well, me too specifically, I know you're an All Star member. You're in the All Star membership. So if you have anything, I will focus on that and talk about it. Same, I'll still put my focus for other people as well, because it's just this is our time to connect, because throughout the afternoon your boy is busy. Okay, hands will see you then. All right, Miss Ma'am, I need this convo to help pick my brain and fine tune my purpose. I got you. See the life, see this life. If the world was in my hands, I'd make war an instrument of thy peace. Okay, okay. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's darkness, All Star light. Absolutely. Let's see. What else did you say? Me too. But I'm an overdoer. Oh, my apologies. I completely skipped over your stuff. Yes, but the way I help others also helps me. But it does take longer before I become or get where I want to be. But I am a overdoer, so I try to do the most with my time. I need this convo. Okay. Well, what I'll say to that, I think there's a purpose in you wanting to assist. I think there's a purpose in you wanting to like help people, and to put them in positions. Best part is of those who see it, right? Because I see it. That's why I said it the way I did. But from other people who can see it in the perspective of this person is wanting to assist, and I see that they're putting effort and they're putting action into making these things occur. Now the thing that gets it right is that there's gonna be people that's gonna use you as a stepping stone. Not in the sense, not everybody, right? There's just some people are just like that to kind of feel you gotta take out the weeds in order to get the right flowers, some shit like that. But at the same time, if that is what you truly want, right, to assist people, ask yourself, how can I assist myself first to assist others? But right, because you're already doing that. But okay, how about this, better yet, how can I put myself first and also help other people? That's a good question to ask. Okay, I will get fly in different aspects of life and help the less fortunate. Shout out Han, how you doing tonight? Shout out to Seeds. That's fly. That's fly. I like that. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Now, with that being said, what would you do? With the world being in your hands and assisting the less fortunate, how what would you do for your world to get to that point to the to help the less fortunate, right? And get fly and doing all that. Become the all-star version of yourself and give that person into the world. What? Hold on, let me go ahead and I gotta pin that because that's real. That's what it's all about. Yo, crispy bacon. It's so funny because I always gotta read it. Everybody use everyone. This and yeah, that's very true, Sid. That's a very wise statement. Everybody does use everybody in some capacity. I remember I had Miles Cunningham. He's a game king. He's a masculine identity coach. He came into my podcast and we had an incredible conversation. And he spoke on something that stuck with me right after the live, but it was basically about like even the king is used. Like you're the king, but you're used by the people, or you're used for the ones close to you for your knowledge or for your rules or for your your power, whatever the case is. But it doesn't have to be in a bad sense. It's just that I remember I had this like enlightenment. I was like, yo, everything is genuinely customer service. It's crazy, but it's true. Yes, become the all-star version though. Yes, it's what I did all my life, but it hurts when mistreated or misunderstood. Okay, that's good. Easy to grow. That's real. I fuck with y'all. It's a good and bad way to use people. What's up, XIX? What's up? How you doing? What is your true intentions? Truth? I don't use people I love. That's true. But see, so we can like, it's like you don't. I don't. I think everyone likes to be used to a benefit, if that makes sense. Not in a bad way though. Like where, and it's not. I don't like to say the word use because it's like that's such a. It has a bad connotation to it. It's like it's a bit negative. But it's like how do I say it? If I'm going out on a date with a woman, um, actually I had this happen. I got this text earlier today, just basically about this woman wanting me. You know what I mean? And but like we have that relationship to where it's only physical, and in a sense we're using each other but we both know we want that. We want the same thing where we're using each other for pleasure, right? We both, but it's intentional, it's honest, it's genuine type shit. But we're still like using each other for it. That's good. What I did all my life, but was treated understood. What it sounds like too is just needs to be some boundaries. Me too, you know, and it could potentially be some people pleasing tactics, or like things that you may have learned throughout the years. And the reason why I picked that out too is because a lot of my childhood was a lot of my childhood was I was a people pleaser. I was shunned out from a lot of the world, like not even necessarily the world, like the world too, but a lot from like my family. I was like a sheep almost, like the black sheep, right? But now and I see it as my pain became my strength basically. But what I learned from those situations was like I used to try to please people so I can be seen, so I can be liked and shit. And then I learned I was like, well, like me doing this is never gonna benefit me to be strong, be assertive in life, be honest in life, be as all that type of stuff. People use each other for love, sex, money, and growth. Very true, Sid. Very true. You're talking that. You're talking that. Thank you guys for being here. Let's hit the like button if you have not. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. Everyone wants to be needed and bring value. That's truth. That's very everybody does. That's a lot what a lot of people don't like to say is that everybody, wants to be needed to some capacity and bring value. That's why I always talk about value. Like even when I'm all lives, I'm speaking on value because the things that we can touch on, speak on, and for those who want to genuinely listen to what we talk about, there's value in that. And I enjoy it, but I definitely I know and see this to me too. I definitely when I speak on the things that I want to speak on, yeah, I know it's providing value, but I do it for me. So that's like that question I ask you: how can I put myself first, but also provide service? Boom. Han says I would have my needs met, example relationship, life financial, and have good people around, having exploration of different areas in life, travel, fashion. That's fire. I fuck with that heavy. The traveling fashion, dude. I can't wait to get like real heavy into the traveling and fashion because I'm going to Miami this year, and then like next year I plan on going to New York, Chicago, and just potentially different places. But dude, I need to take some stuff home with me. I got to. I just fashion is just so fly, bro. Especially New York is so cool. But that's a great one. Yes, mainly boundaries. I just don't like to be the problem. Only want to be the solution. And here's the thing too, though. What's gonna be? It's gonna be not. I don't even want to say it's a reoccurring problem, but what's gonna always be a challenge, right? That's gonna come and surface your life. Is always gonna be people who are going to feel insecure when you assert a boundary. That's just what comes with it. And it's almost like the peace and war shit, right? Peace is actually assertive. Protecting peace and being positive and being genuine is actually more assertive, and it's a bit more dominant than most people think it is. Dominance doesn't have to necessarily mean aggression. Dominance is true. It's peaceful. It is assertive. Assertive, like you can command. You can add some bass to your voice. You can be a little passionate, but it really says is I just protect my peace, right? And people who only think that's the problem if you put boundaries on, I mean, then that's like this. There's always gonna be insecure people. There's always gonna be people who want to do that. Nadir says I'm back. Hey, salute to you. Appreciate you. So that's why I don't feel like it's people pleasing. Okay, cool. What's up, Stash? What's good, bro? Yeah, Nadir. You was just here earlier. What's up, Brody? Appreciate the 8 likes. Let's work. Hit the like button. I see y'all in the building. Let's tap that. I love challenges. It also has me dig deep. Oh, facts, facts. Therapy section. Nah, for real. It's so funny too, cause this shit like just dead ass natural, dead ass, and I do this cause this is in me, and I keep saying that, but that's cause like I won't like it's just in my brain, like it's just coming out a lot more, especially like that when we talked about a great lock in earlier, and people wanting to be motivated now. Here's the thing though, I think I figured out my problem with it. I don't what nah this is what gets me tight with it. Like when people try to get a part of a wave because they see more people doing it versus them wanting to do it off their own. They feel like they need to be with next to somebody in order to be motivated or to work on something. You gotta find some independence, and you gotta have some freedom to yourself. Separate yourself, from everything though, cause like that's why they be like, it's lonely at the top or it's lonely as some shit. At the top, of success and ladders, yeah, hell yeah. But also too, it's like when they talk about um any of that, like it's lonely at the top, it also just means in regular situations where it requires the people to work on their goals consistently. That is what another translation of it's lonely at the top really means too. Cause everybody can be, handy dandy, kumbaya, loving this, loving that. But then at the same time, 8 months down the line, this bitch right here. You mother 6 months, 7 months down the line. Wait, hold up. I thought we had a year ago. I thought we had a 2 year plan. I thought, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it really means. Like the it's lonely at the top, because it can mean the success ladder. And bro, yo, this shit right here, this finna get me tight. This finna get me tight, bro. Crispy Bacon says if you are the best person that you can be, that adds value to the people around you. Very true. Very true. XIX says how to build unshakable confidence. I've been following you guys a lot, and I have some what came out of my insecure and hateful mindset, but still I get back to the same mindset sometimes. Well, here's the thing, XIX. Also too, going forward, just put a Q. You know what? I'm turning this shit. Oh wait, hold on, it's back on. I'm so sorry, bro. This shit is mad ghetto though. Hold up though. I'm getting one is getting ordered. Okay, chill on me, chill on me. But nah, let me say this though. With that being said, XIX, going forward, put a Q if you do have a question. But for the statement and the comment that you just put, I'm gonna say this with that. The reason why it comes back is because you can't just automatically get out of that mindset just yet. It's always gonna be there. To do something new means to say that there's still gonna be some type of old shit there. As you subtract to evolve and be the best, there's still gonna be them things that were holding you back. It's test. The winner always gets tested. People who are consistent doing things, they always get tested. So even if you fall into that same mindset, right? If you're continuous into the same mindset, that's different. Because if you're falling back into it and you're still choosing that, then you have to realize, where am I trying to go? Not even trying. Where am I wanting to go? Right? Because obviously you want to have build unshakable confidence. Unshakable confidence is just a knowing, bro. Like I even said earlier, there can be moments of something, just something small though. But as it occurs, it's what you choose in the moments when those fears, anxiety, doubts, any of those things occur. When those happen, what are you choosing? If that same old mindset creeps up, what are you saying to it? When I hear it, when I see it, I just be like, oh man, look at you. You get in the front row seat, watch me perform, watch me do what I do. Here, actually, matter of fact, can we get some VIP access from my friend over here? Get him an all open bar pass. I want him to watch this. And I'm talking to fear. I'm talking to the old ways of shit, right? Just that same way. Take a seat, take a front row seat, and watch this. That's how it has to be. For sure. Yo, Nadir, I said I do see you. Please stop spamming that. Brandon question, what inspires you? I like to laugh. What inspires me, without saying myself, because it makes it, I sound full of myself, but it's always gonna be a big answer of like, what do I see myself wanting to do? You know what I'm saying? Um, but I always think of like, what else can I be more capable of? What else can I see? Like, what else is in me? Like, what else? Where's the unknown? Where's the That's what really inspires me too. Other things too is like, I was listening to this Tyler the Creator video, and I reposted it on my TikTok because I resonated heavy with it. But he was, if anybody knows things about Tyler the Creator, people know that this month he's been counted out like crazy. People push him to the side and shit like that, and he's been in the game for hella long. Crazy tours, crazy festivals, sold out. Like, it's just insane. His artist trajectory is beyond. And in the interview, he was basically talking about like the same, like, people try to push him out, try to move, say that he's like this, he's weird, he's this and that, but he still kept going. But he's like, yeah, but where's everybody else at though? I've been here this whole time. People try to push me away, but look at what I got going on now. And that's just inspiring to hear, because that is somebody at one point in time that I'm still inspired by his work and himself. But that was at one point in time that somebody who stayed true to their vision, who stayed true to that shit. Fire, what's up, player? But they stayed true to themselves. They stuck to the vision. They stuck to the code. And they in the shit talking they on. I'm inspired by shit talking. I like when people shit talk. I like when people like, not in a, it's a bit of arrogance, but it's also in the sense like, I have my back. Like, that's inspiring to me because I relate to that, especially people who's above me in those certain aspects. Cause it's like, they get it. You gotta to have undeniable confidence, unshakable confidence. You dead ass gotta have your own back. Like, you have to tell yourself, I'm gonna be with you whether I win or lose, and where I'm not going nowhere. I'm not abandoning you. I'm with you. I don't give a fuck what they say. This is what's gonna happen, and that shit, cause that's the core. Like, that's real. That's some real shit. Cause and when you feel motivated and moved by it, there's a reason why. And I've said this many times. All that fire, people that get inspired by the words and motivation from myself or from other people, they're only feeling some inspiring and motivated because it's just a reflection of what you've been have inside of you, of what you already got. So that's why it makes me tight when I see people like Kumbaya on some motivational shit, dude. Truthfully, I want everybody to be. That's me. I see stars. I have a line in one of my songs. If I see and I believe, because I believe everyone is a star. This is where it really came from, as an All Star Izzy. My name is All Star Izzy. Thank you for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe. But one of the things that I spoke on about it was just because truthfully, everybody is a star. Everybody has their own unique path. Your individuality. The thing is though, you gotta let go of the hand and grab your own hand, and then keep moving forward with that. Don't be afraid to look against to go against the grain, to look on a different path. That's the whole point of this shit. But it's not even in a bad sense. It's just in the sense like, damn, let me see who I am when I'm on my own. Whether that's mentally, whether that's emotionally, physically, but this especially mentally. Mentally is where people need to really get it at. 100. I'm weak. He said, "Holy ignorant comment." You funny. I like to laugh. Shout out. What inspires you? Actually, I'm so sorry for the people who have epilepsy. I'm sorry. I should have maybe put a warning if you have epilepsy. My shit's been going in and out. It's a bit ghetto. Got one coming in. You know what I'm saying? What inspires everybody here? Great question. Thank you for asking. I like to laugh. Appreciate you. I like to laugh. Said, bro, myself is such a relatable answer though. I appreciate the depth of your answer. You seem like a really self-reflective individual. I love the energy. I appreciate that. Beautiful comment. Yeah, bro. It. I can go on for years, but that's like really what it is. I just like to see me progress, but I also like to see me lose. It's not, of course, it's never losing, but I like to see when I don't know, because when I don't know, that means there's something I can know, and then the cycle continues. Like what you don't, to say you know something is to say you don't know something, and then you don't know something else beyond that, and it's like fuck, endless curiosity. Yo, I start getting hype about that. What's up, Rachel? Eli, what's up? What's your favorite song off "Don't Tap the Glass"? It's that one where he had that I forgot. Mine was the one. It's like, hold on, let me look at the album really quickly. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you. If you haven't, go ahead and like and subscribe. My name is All Star Izzy. We are here having a deep conversation on motivation. Deep, just listen. That's where it really just stands from. And then later this afternoon, I'm gonna go live about entitlement of success, people's entitlement over other people's success. And yeah, it's gonna be lit, bro. Give me 1 second, though. Let me look at this album really quickly. Not my phone with the new swing. Who to blame? St. James. This song is too crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you is my favorite song off of Don't Tap the Glass. I'll take care of you. That shit was too crazy. I said, damn, like the mix with the, and then he brought back the cherry bomb drums. It was crazy, bro. But I'm about to leave in a few. I wanted to come on here to speak on this. Motivation has been is all it's just such a big important thing to me, and a lot of the times we're talking about dating and love, which is fun too. We're gonna be having our dating and love conversations. Trust and believe. I got a lot in store for y'all. But at the same time, what's very important is to make sure you have motivation, inspiration within yourself. You know, and I always believe that and I always know that shit is within you. It can't be on you. That shit is inside of you. So anytime you inspire, you feel something. You feel that pull, that passion. The reason it's there is because is you have it. Now the question comes with, if you know you have it, what are you gonna do it with? My name is All Star Izzy. That's my time. I hope to see you guys in the future. Peace. Authenticity is doing sexy. To shine within is to shine.